Good day, everyone. Are you ready to get fit? Before we start, everybody stand up, pick up some papers under your chair. Thank you. Who will lead our prayer today? Antoine, will you lead us prayer today? Thank you. Thank you, Antoine, for leading our prayer. Does any one of you know or recall what we have studied last week? Anyone? Francis, I see you raising your hand. Let us know what you answer. Thank you. That is correct. What we have studied last week is about the basic physical fitness. Does any one of you have any answers or recall? Is Francis right? Correct. In basic physical fitness, we have the four components, which are, anyone? Antoine, I see you raising your hands. You may answer. Correct. We have strength, flexibility, endurance, and balance. Thank you, Antoine, for answering your question. So, does everybody know what are we going to do next? Before we proceed to our main topic for today, we will have a warm-up challenge. To begin with, I call out the four components and you will perform it. The twist is you'll have to do it in just 20 seconds. So in strength, do as many push-ups as you can in 20 seconds. In flexibility, hold hamstring stretch for 20 seconds. And to endurance, perform jumping jacks for 20 seconds. And lastly, balance, try balancing on one leg as long as possible. So everyone, are you ready? Let's proceed. So, does anybody know which kind of component is harder in you? Yes, Antoine. I see you raising your hand. Correct. Each component have different target of muscles. That is why it is hard for you if you don't engage daily and physical activities. Now, let's proceed to our main topic for today. It is about the four components of basic physical fitness. Antoine, will you read the meaning of strength? And also, I need three participants to read in the flexibility, endurance, and balance. So Antoine is in strength, Francis is in flexibility, Keith is in endurance, and lastly in balance we have Joanna. You may go on. Read the strength. Thank you, Antoine. Now Keith, read the flexibility. Thank you. And in endurance. Thank you, Francis. In the balance. Thank you, Joanna. Now that we know about the four components of basic physical fitness, we will move to their target of muscles. Now in strength, will you read, Francis? Correct. The target muscle power size, especially in major muscle groups like the legs, arms, and core, are for strength. Now in flexibility. Bernadette, will you need to read? Correct. The target the muscle's length and elasticity, especially in muscles around joints, such as the hamstrings, hip flexors, and shoulders, are for flexibility. And for the endurance, let me call John Ray. Correct. It connects to the muscle fibers responsible for sustained activity. It strengthens the heart and lungs and improves the ability of muscles like legs and core to perform activities like walking, running, or cycling over time without fatigue. That is for endurance. Now lastly, we have balance. Jessa, will you read the balance? Thank you. Targets the stabilizer muscles, especially the core, hips, and legs. It enhances coordination and control, which help prevent fall and improves posture and athletic performance. And that is for balance. Now, we will have an activity, but before that, I'll demonstrate, or you will, the one who will demonstrate the exercises. As I call on your name, please come forward so that we will have the demonstrating of exercises. So anyone who will participate in this will also be able to have some points. So who will perform in push-ups, squats, plank, hamstring stretch, shoulder stretch, side stretch, jumping jacks, high knees, mountain climbing, and standing one leg, heel to toe walk, and 3 pose yoga. So, the one who will demonstrate, who's raising your hand? Okay, Mark, you are the one who will demonstrate on exercises. Push-up is a component of strength. Build upper body strength like arm, chest, and shoulders. And how to do it, start in plank position, hand is slightly wider than shoulders. Lower your body under your chest, nearly touches the floor. Push back and keep your body in straight line. So look how Mark is doing the push-ups. This is how you do push-ups. Thank you, Mark. You can sit now. In squat, we will call who? Okay, Mark. You again. Let's move in here. Mark will do the demonstrating about squats. It is part of the component in strength. It strengthens the legs and glutes. On how to do it, stand in feet, shoulder width apart, lower your body. If sitting in chair, keep your back straight and knees, your toes, and stand back up. That is how you do squats. Now, Keith will demonstrate the plank hold. It is still part of the component in strength. Core strength and improve stability. On how to do it, get into push-up position, resting on forearms, keep body straight and tightens the core. Hold for as long as possible with good form. That is how you do plank. Thank you, Keith. You may now sleep. Now for hamstring stretch, I will call Antoine. Now, hamstring stretch is part of flexibility. It increases flexibility in the back of the legs. On how to do it, Antoine will demonstrate on how to do it. Stand tall, bend forward at the hips, pitch for your toes while keeping legs straight. And this is how you do the hamstring stretch. Thank you, Antoine. You may now sit again. And next, we have shoulder stretch. Francis, is you raising your hands? You may now proceed in here. It is still part and flexibility. Loose tight shoulder muscles. And how to do it, Francis will demonstrate on how to do shoulder stretch. Bring one arm across your chest. Use another one arm to pull it closer. Thank you, Francis. That is how you do shoulder stretch. And lastly, we have three pose yoga. Bernadette, will you be the one who will demonstrate the three pose yoga? The three pose yoga is composed in balance, meaning build balance, focus, and posture. And how to do it, Bernadette will show us on how to do it. Stand on one leg, place other foot in inner thigh or calves, right hands on the chest or overhead, hold while breathing steadily. Thank you, Bernadette. So that is how you do a three pose yoga. Now that you experience the kind of exercises that you have performed or demonstrated in front, which component do you find the easiest and which one are the hardest and why? Antoine, I see you raising your hand. You want to answer? Correct. Any answers? I see Keith, will you raise your hand? That is right. And anyone who will answer, just raise your hand. Yes, Francis, I see you raising your hands. Wow, that is still accurate. Thank you. And anyone else? Bernadette? Correct. So each component have different muscle targets. That is why it is hard to those who don't do or engage in physical activities. That is why each one of you have different answers. Now that you've identified which one was the hardest and the easiest, I will group you into 3 to 4 groups. I'll assign each component to one group. To group 1, we will have strength. To group 2, we will have flexibility. To group 3, we will have endurance. And to group 4, we will have balance. Each group is tasked to create 5-minute fitness routine that focuses on your assigned fitness component. The routine must include 3 exercises that align with their assigned components. The group should make sure that their exercises vary in difficulty and target the main muscle group or skill related to the component. I'll give you 15 minutes of preparation to plan the routine while you discuss which exercises you want to include. Make sure that everyone in the group understands the correct technique for each exercise. Create a simple presentation plan to explain each exercise with why it helps improve the specific fitness component. You will perform in the class. Each group will demonstrate each exercises for 30 to 40 seconds. So each exercise in strength, that is have 3 exercises should be done in 30 to 45 seconds. That will do the same as the others. So the group 1 will be the one who will perform this stage. Thank you, group 1. I have a question for you. Which part of muscle does push up helps? Anyone? I'll repeat my question. Which part of muscle does push up target? Antoine, I see you raising your hands. Correct. Thank you for answering that. Another question. Which exercise does you find the hardest and why? Anybody from group 1? Ashton, I see you raising your hands. Let me answer. Thank you. That is also correct. Now, the next performer will be the group 2. Group 2, you can proceed. Thank you. Group 2, I have a question for you. Which part of the body does hamstring stretch, or which type of muscle does hamstring body stretch target? Bernadette. Correct. That is also part of your flexibility. Which are the glutes and hamstring are also included. Another question. Do you find hamstring stretch easy or hard? Mary Marian. That is also correct. Hamstring stretch is difficult for others who doesn't engage in physical activities. That is why they find it the hardest way, because their body are used to sitting and other activities that doesn't engage in flexibility. Thank you very much. Thank you, group 2. Now, we will proceed to the group 3. You may now proceed. Thank you for that wonderful performance. Thank you, group 2. Now, the one who will perform now is the group 3. Group 3, you may now proceed. Thank you, group 3. I have a question for you. What does jumping jacks do to our body? Anyone from group 3? Okay, Keith. Correct. Any answers? Or I need to refine my question so that everybody will answer. Okay, I will refine my question. Why jumping jack is important? Yes, Francis. Correct. Jumping jack is important because jumping jack helps us to our endurance in our cardiovascular. Cardiovascular endurance is important because to our stamina. The stamina is the one who is responsible for us to engage into high-intensity physical activities. So that is why endurance is important. Thank you for answering that, Francis. Now we'll proceed to the last performer, which is the group 4. We'll proceed. Thank you. I have a question for you. For group 4, what does standing one leg do to our body? Anyone from group 4? Yes, Bernadette. Correct. Any answers? Yes, Jessa. Correct. Standing one leg helps us to balance our body. And last question for group 4. What kind of exercise or which part of the exercise find you the hardest? Anyone? Yes, Jessa. That is also correct. Now, that each one of you has performed or do is part of the basic 4 components of basic physical fitness. Thank you, group 4. And lastly, I have a question for all of you. Does any one of you want to try the exercise that the other group performed? Anyone? Yes, Antoine. I see you raising your hand. That is also correct. Yes, Ashton? That is accurate. Thank you for your answers. Now that we talk all about the 4 components of basic physical fitness, I hope that you've learned what your classmates have performed, so we will have a short quiz. This is just composed of 5 numbers. So everybody is ready? So number 1. What are the basic components of physical education? A. Strength, flexibility, endurance, and balance. B. Stretching, running, jumping, and lifting weights. C. Eating healthy, sleeping well. D. Walking, standing, and sitting. Alright. The next question are you for you to read. Number 2. Finish. Number 3. Proceed to number 4. And also number 5. Pass your paper to the front. I'll be the one who will check it. All the papers are here in the front. See. Oh, I think it's time already. So we will end our discussion in here. Thank you, class.